Today I am going to discuss the long question answers of chapter 7 standard 8 SS. Today is the fifth lecture of this chapter. Fifth lecture, chapter 7 standard 8 SS. Okay, my dear student, when I explain the chapter, I also explain about how to prevent, okay, how to prevent from global warming, which steps are necessary. Okay, today I am going to discuss same thing as a question answer. When I explained the chapter, that time it was part of the topic, but today as a question answer I am explaining this thing in a deep. Okay, so question: what steps are necessary, to prevent global warming? Prevent means stop, rokvu. Prevent means rokvu. Okay, so what steps are necessary to prevent global warming? Okay, now here I have written answer. Okay, many points are there. These all points you have to write down, you have to copy down, because it's most important. Okay, normally I don't give long question answer, but this is most important question. Okay, because directly or indirectly we are polluting air. Okay, we are responsible for global warming. Okay, by using certain things. Okay, we are directly involved in global warming. Okay, that's why, my dear student, here I have written some points. Okay, so answer: following are the necessary steps, to prevent global warming, Okay, now first point, reduce the use of sources which release carbon dioxide. Okay, main important is carbon dioxide is the main thing. Okay, which directly pollutes. Okay, which is responsible for global warming. That is why it is given reduce means ઓછું કરવું. Reduce the use of sources which releases carbon dioxide. Whatever sources are there, okay, which spread carbon dioxide, that we have to stop first. Okay, that's why it is written reduce the use of sources which releases carbon dioxide. Okay, that is most important. Second, plant more trees as they reduce CO2. First point, we have to reduce CO2, carbon dioxide, and second one is we have to plant more trees. Why? Because plant gives us oxygen. Plant gives us oxygen, na? That is why. Okay, they take carbon dioxide and they give pure air, oxygen. That is why we have to plant more trees. Plant more trees as they reduce. ये ऊँचू करे छे. Plant more trees as they reduce CO2. And my dear student, on 5th June every year, 5th June, we celebrate Environment Day. And my dear student, at that time I am not showing so many, but at least one plant you just plant it. Okay, not a small sapling. Okay, like a tree. Okay, neem tree or some other big trees. Okay, we have to plant on every year on 5th June. Okay, Environment Day. Second point is plant more trees as they reduce CO2. Third, preserve existing trees. Yeah, that is most important. Okay, if you plant one tree and if you cut two trees, what is the use of plantation? Okay, so what is that? Plant trees. From one more thing is there, preserve existing trees. We have to plant more trees, but whatever trees are there, that we have to preserve. Okay, why? Because if you plant one tree and if you cut two trees, what is the use of that? Okay, so third point is preserve existing trees. Nowadays everywhere you will find, okay, on both the sides of the road you will find many trees were there. Nowadays they are cutting. Okay, No, if you want to cut, if it is necessary to cut it. But instead of that, you have to plant two more trees. That is important. Okay. Next point, stop deforestation. Yeah, same point. Okay. So if you, we have to stop cutting trees. Okay. Next, judicious use of, judicious means less. Judicious means less. Judicious use of artificial manures and pesticides. We have to use less chemical manure, okay, pesticides, okay. Why? Because they are responsible for global warming. That's why it is written. Judicious means less, okay, not in a more portion, okay. Judicious use of artificial manures and pesticides, okay, pesticides that they kill germs, na. Next one, use of household appliances. Certain things we should not use. Okay, if it is necessary, you can do. Okay, but when you use AC, fridge, fan, and some other things, nowadays, nowadays we are using gas geyser, Okay, that is all. That is also the answer. We keep this gas geyser outside, out of the house, in a airy area, okay, that you know. So here, judicious use of household appliances, okay, we are using AC, fridge, and many other things, okay, TV also, okay. Judicious use of means of transport, where it is necessary, then only we can use, okay. Just I said now, if you want to go at least 50 meter or 100 meter, you can go on foot or use cycle. No need to use bicycle or some other vehicles, okay. Why? Because these vehicles, okay, they they pollute air, okay, through the smoke. So we have to use judicious use of means of transport. Next one, judicious use of natural resources, means when it is needed. Now take the example, water resources, land resources, okay, animal resources, then minerals. These things are called natural resources. They are called natural resources. And my dear student, we have to use these natural resources judiciously. Okay, because some things are there. Okay, once they are over, we cannot make again. Okay, so we have to use. Now take the example, nowadays we are using petrol and diesel. My dear student, listen carefully. Okay, now what happened? After some years we may not have this kind of minerals to run vehicles. At that time what will do? Okay, we are using, but future generation may not having this kind of facility. Okay, that's why we have to use judicious use of natural resources. Adopt organic farming, okay, which is done through green manure and cattle manure, okay. Instead of a chemical fertilizer, we have to use cow dung or some other thing, green manure, okay. That increases the fertility also, okay, that is good. Instead of using chemical fertilizer, okay, manure, is better to use cow dung, okay. Then that green manure also, okay. Next, adopt measures to control population. That is most important, okay. If population is increasing, it directly affect the global warming, okay. Because we are living on earth, and when we live on earth, oxygen is necessary, okay. So day by day we are cutting trees, we are making trees in less number, and as a result we are getting not sufficient oxygen, okay. And that land we are using for factories and some other things, and factories and these things, they pollute air, okay. So what is here? Population. Adopt measures to control population, because when population is more, we need more things, okay, more land to reside, to live on earth, na. Then as a result, what happened? We are cutting trees, okay. My dear student, it is necessary for each and every country to have 33% area of land covered with forest. It is necessary. દરેક દેશમાં ઓછામાં ઓછું કોઈપણ જગ્યાએ 33% જમીન એ જંગલોની હોવી જોઈએ. But nowadays it is our bad luck that we do not have 33% area covered with forest. Only 23 or 22% area is covered with forest. Okay, that's why we are uncertain about rains. We are uncertain. Okay, we have not proper rain. Okay, my dear student, we have to save rainwater also. We have to save rainwater also. Okay, so adopt measures to control population. Next one, avoid the use of plastic. Yeah, that is most important. Okay, if you are taking a bag, if your bag is less than 20 micro thin, okay, don't use. Okay, you can use plastic bag, but it should be more than 20 micro. Okay, then only you can use. Okay, so avoid the use of plastic. Save rainwater. That is most important thing. Okay, because we are wasting water, and rain is the most important. Okay, it's a pure water we can consider, and simply we are just releasing this water into river and the sea. Okay, we are not using. If you use this water, rainwater, that is pure water. In olden times, in each and every house they had one tank to store water, and throughout the year, whenever they get rain, they store that rainwater in a water tank, and that water they were using throughout the year. Okay, in olden times, but nowadays we are not using. Okay, we are far from that facility, that system. Okay, so save rainwater. Next one, increase the use of CNG. Yeah, correct. Instead of petrol and diesel, we have to use CNG, because CNG is pollution free fuel. Pollution free fuel, that is why we have to use. Okay, but in some years back, now take the example, 20 years back, the people, they were running their vehicles through kerosene. And my dear student, when they use kerosene, some other fuels, it gives more smoke, and that is really, we cannot breathe in that smoke. Okay, it affects our lungs also. That's why we have to use the fuel which is pollution free, like CNG. Instead of petrol and diesel, we have to use CNG. Okay, next, judicious use of petroleum product. If it is necessary, then only. Okay, unnecessarily we should not use our petrol product fuel also. Okay, next point, increase the use of eco-friendly papers. Okay, then next point, save electricity by providing proper ventilation in houses. Nowadays, when we make house, we do not have ventilation. Okay, now it's in olden times, when any house was made, they were keeping all the doors in one line. So why? Because air can pass from there, and we can get pure air. But nowadays we have only entrance. We do not have another door or window. We do not have proper facility of ventilation. Okay, to come air inside. Okay, so why? Because of that. Okay, we are not giving proper facility of ventilation, and because of that we are using some house appliances. Okay, like AC and some other things. My dear student, we have to, when you make house, we have to use proper ventilation. Okay, so here, save electricity by providing proper ventilation in house. And next point, last point, is judicious use of water resources. Okay, when water is there, nowadays what we do, whenever we go, we see in a garden and some other places and public places, we keep the tap open, we don't close it, and we are just wasting water. My dear student, if it is said only 1% drinkable water is available on earth, only 1%. Okay, so we have to save water also. Next time we will learn more question answer. Thank you.